Of course you're meant to be in the story. In the cinema you pay for it even, to get sucked into the story.
Yeah, true, I know. I've been in the middle of it and gone,
That's right.
just a story.
And it's the same here. In a way, we can look at life in many different ways, but this is the whole purpose of life, to live the story and enjoy it.
So then why do we know the other side?
Why?
Why are we... I don't know.
I don't know why, but if I look at the journey that seems to be of interest of everyone who is here, there's not so many people here, but still, there's a certain interest that has awakened sometime, many years ago, at least for me many years ago, for you probably too, where the interest is for truth. The interest is for what is real. The interest is for who am I really, and why, I don't know. But it seems that it's consciousness itself that wants to rediscover itself through every human being. This is just one stupid explanation. I don't really know if that's what it is. But there's a certain joy of consciousness recognizing itself, isn't it? And that joy manifests through the person, through the personality. So, you are one of the few very, very lucky people that have become aware of the story. The difficulty in some spiritual groups is that they want to get rid of the story. There's no need to get rid of the story. The story just unfolds by itself. But there is an element that I keep watching, which is what every human being is looking for. And the element is, as you can watch the story, as the story unfolds, the elements that every human being is searching for are revealed within. It's joy, it's fun, it's happiness, it's actually enjoying the story, even if it's a miserable story. It's love, and it's peace, isn't it? And that's what everybody's looking for. Why? I don't know.
So it feels like we sort of slip in and out of the story, or I feel like I slip in and out of the story all the time, or of being a watcher of the story to being someone actually in the story, living it.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I wonder if even the watchers in their own story, it's just all these stories upon stories that
I can tell you how this journey kind of unfolded. I heard Osho always say, watch. Yeah? And I tried to watch. And I tried to be aware. And I tried to watch where I put my shoes, on which side of the door. And I tried to be watchful eating. And at that moment it wasn't really the watcher, it was one part of the mind watching another part of the mind and then forgetting very quickly. And then beating myself up for being unaware.
That sort of feels like what I'm doing.
Yeah. And then there came a moment, and that is not in our hands when that moment comes, where all this revealed itself as a mind game, just like you say. And the awareness has never been separate from the experience. So life in this body is experiencing. This is the very idea, at least this is how I think it is, of consciousness having a body for a certain time, like experiencing itself through a personality, experiencing itself through a mind, experiencing itself through a very unique expression of life. That's our purpose, really, if we look for purpose, until we return to the source. But within this experiencing is awareness. It's always there. And it is completely independent of experience, but it's not separate from experience. So, how to say this differently? I have to come back to my story with Nura. Sometimes I sit in this beautiful empty house which is all Nura, and I get very sad. And within the sadness, even when I talk about it, I get tears. In that experiencing, there's an incredible beauty. There's a gratitude of being able to feel. And I don't even need to put, of course it's the story of my girl missing, that's the story. But the experiencing of grief without resisting it is wonderful. It's an opening beyond me. And every experience, as you experience it totally, is an opening beyond the little me. And then in itself, it is experiencing. It has no purpose, it has no goal further than the experience. So in this way, anything we do in life, in our busy lives, most of us have very busy lives. It's all about allowing the experiencing, and within the experiencing there's an element that awakens, which we call consciousness. Why? I don't know. It seems to be just the human condition, but the human possibility. But within this experiencing, the struggle disappears. And that is such an amazing thing, when the inner struggle just gives way to exactly that which is at any moment. And my guess is you're very often in that. And you kind of watch yourself moving through all these different experiences, inner experiences. And as something within you becomes more of awareness, that resists less. And in less resistance, life, how to say this? We could say there is an intrinsic aliveness of the moment of experiencing, which is all what life is about. Most of us miss life because we look for something later, anything, healing later. I'm sick now, I want to heal later. I'm frustrated now, I want to feel good later. I'm hurt by a relationship breakup, I hope that the next relationship will be better. All these things are taking us away. Unconsciously they create a sense of me, but they take us away from this. And existence or life always brings us back to this.